Hey friends, Peggy Hall back with you from thehealthyamerican.org. We're looking at this breaking news because the CDC panel recommended delaying the first dose of hepatitis B for children, the vaccine that you know is not necessary. I've covered hepatitis B on this channel many times. In fact, I'm going to be playing for you a couple of videos talking about setting the record straight about this so-called disease and why these shots are absolutely unnecessary for children. So, the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, the ACIP, had a vote, and here it shows that there was a meeting agenda. This is on the CDC website. But the CDC website has not been updated with the information that came out of this meeting. First, let's take a look at what that information was. So this website is called statnews.com. I'll have a link for you in my Substack, peggyhall.substack.com. Panel that advises on U.S. vaccine policy voted on Friday to recommend a delay in when most babies begin to be vaccinated against hepatitis B, overturning a 30-year-old policy that has contributed to a massive decline in cases of the virus. So you can see their bias right now, that this website is in favor of these jabs for newborns. And I've shown you before, in fact, I'll just hop right on over. This is the Hepatitis B Foundation. It is a nonprofit foundation who has a purpose of promoting vaccine shots for hepatitis B. This very foundation states that the only way a person can get hepatitis B is if they get direct contact with infected blood from an infected pregnant person. Oh, did you catch that language? Not a pregnant woman, a pregnant person who is could give it to their newborn during pregnancy and childbirth, and then needles and other medical dental equipment or procedures that are contaminated or not sterile, unprotected sex, use of illegal or street drugs. So I ask you, friends, which of these are putting a newborn infant at risk? It goes on to say that body piercing, tattooing, acupuncture, and even nail salons are other potential routes of infection. It is so far afield to be jabbing these newborns with these needles. And as I say, I've done a deep dive on that already, but I wanted to let you know that agencies and organizations like this are speaking out against the ACIP's recent recommendation. Now, the recommendation did not go very far. It basically said that the parent should consider with their doctor whether or not their newborn should get the jab, but they should definitely get the hepatitis B vaccine at 3 months. So it really is too little, too late, and has not gone far enough. What I wanted to share with you in this broadcast is the fact that the CDC has not yet updated its website, even though this recommendation was passed several days ago. Here it says who should be vaccinated: all infants, unvaccinated children younger than 19 years of age, adults 19 to 59 years, and adults 60 years or older with risk factors. In a different video, I recommend that you listen to a video by Dr. Sam Bailey, who explains that hepatitis B, yes, it's inflammation of the liver, but does not come from a virus, because you know and I know that viruses exist in theory only. It's a theory of virology. What I wanted to show you is what these pharmaceutical companies make on these shots for TOTS. Yes, that's what I'm calling them, shots for TOTS. I could not find the exact data for the Merck vaccine, but this is their fourth quarter earnings for 2024. And apparently, let's see if I've got this info for you. Overall vaccine revenue for Merck, who is one of the leading providers of the hepatitis B vaccine, was approximately $13 billion in 2024. This is the product. Actually, let's see. Here's the product that they sell, and it is called, here it is, the hepatitis B vaccine recombinant, and that's by Merck. And this vial costs $295. Yes, it is very vile, if you ask me, especially on a newborn that cannot give no consent to this jab. Let's take a look now. There's Merck, and then there's another one, which is GSK, and I believe I've got that here for you. I also could not find a breakdown of only the Hep B vaccine, but here is their fourth quarter earnings, and it is $31 billion in vaccines, and their vaccine here is called recombinant. All right, so that's by GSK, and their dose is $475. How do you like them apples? So if you have stock in GSK or in Merck, you might want to sell those holdings because it's likely that these jabs are not going to get into the arms of newborns like they were in the past. This is a step in the right direction. I have said that I will give polite applause when such moves are made. But why in the non-spinning world has the CDC not changed its website about hepatitis B? It's easy enough to do and to state that the vote was cast to make changes to this. Friends, I'm going to continue to follow this story. I wanted to just kind of do a breaking news for you. What I've got coming up for you are 2 more videos for today. And these are top hits of previous videos that I did about hepatitis B. It's extremely important that we revisit this information so you can learn, and you probably already know, and you can also help other parents learn that this flu mongering and virus mongering is completely out of proportion with the risks at hand. So stay tuned for my upcoming broadcast. Thank you so much for being on board. You can check this out for yourself over at the CDC.gov. You can do a search for the ACIP, and you can find all about the agenda. Yes, and I'm sure they have hidden agendas as well. Thanks for being on board, and I'll see you in the very next broadcast.